Hey, I'm building a $2 million a year business in public, documenting every step. Last month I made 170 grand, and next month I should make closer to 220, 230. We'll see how it all goes, but this is my Q&A where I start every video answering your questions. If you have any, drop them in the daily updates chat below. Then I do some growth stats. And I finally cover up with some live strategy. Probably going to be another community exclusive today. We'll see. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned. This is my main channel over here with 76K subs approximately. Just published a banger video right over here. I mean, banger is in not doing too well, but I thought it was a great video. And then we have my daily updates channel here. So let's head over to the community tab. Actually click on it, please. Thank you. And then scroll all the way down to the very bottom of this page. I'm very tired today because I just ran a 5K. So if I look a little exhausted, that's why. Fortunately, did not have time to shower before I recorded this puppy. Okay. Patrick1992 says, what screen share software did you use for the kickoff call? I always use this screen share software called Loom. It's a little Chrome extension you can download, and I'm currently taking this from my MacBook camera, but basically puts a little bubble in the bottom left-hand corner. After you're done recording a video, you get a link. With that link, you could send the video to anybody and have them open it without having to download it. That's one of the main benefits of Loom. It's one of the reasons why it's so valuable. Do you earn more by selling automation or by your school community? Pretty soon. It's going to be like 9 times as much from my school communities and my one-on-one coaching and my offers. So, I mean, it's overwhelming at this point, but keep in mind that the amount of money I make with my AI automation agency is still, you know, I mean, most people would consider it reasonably large, but 25K a month. It's about because I'm also now starting to get referrals. So like, I think probably bump this up about 4K this month, just in the referrals that I've been sending out. So I don't know, call that like 30K if you want. Mafraz3920 says, I blink and I see this guy post another video. Yeah, quit blinking. You're ruining it for everybody. George says, hey, Nick, thanks for all you do in the AI automation space. Been following your videos for close to 3 weeks now, and I came across how to build an AI automation business in 30 days for $396. Couple the info for that video with the daily updates video. We talked about bootstrapping, but $50 into a domain plus 3 mailboxes in which I plan to do outreach with Zoho Mail. You know, a lot of people say no to Zoho. They think that Zoho is bad. I don't really think I know enough about this to confidently say, because I've never really used Zoho Mail for my own campaigns. But my recommendation for you, man, would probably be like, I mean, you're already done the Zoho stuff, right? So run it anyway. But in the future, just go with Google Workspace. Like if you think about it, 99% of the world uses Google Workspace for their email management now. Well, not 99%, but like probably 60, 70. So if you think about it, all these cold email tools and techniques and stuff like that, they're probably optimized just from a first principle perspective. If I was designing them, I would optimize them for the vast majority of the market share for mailboxes. So like all of these tools probably work better with Google Workspace, is what I'm trying to say. You know, without knowing anything about how exactly these perform, aside from what people have told me in my community, which is that they're a little bit worse. That's what I would say. So anyway, I've read this. Looks like George's point is that he's building a personal brand generator for consultants. Does all of the work for them. Wow, which is really cool. Then packages into a file and then sends it to the prospect. It's too high scale. It'll burn through resources if you plan to mass DM. What do you mean by too high scale here, man? How much money does it cost to generate one? Like 25 cents or something like that? I don't think that's too much. If you send it to 100 people, yeah, that's going to be $25. But what do you think your open rates on these the sort of pitch is going to be? Probably pretty big. You might be able to connect with like, I don't know, 25 out of those people. So $1 per connection or meeting. Anyway, I don't necessarily think that this is a bad idea. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. No, you posted in the right channel. Don't sweat it. Shit Digital 77 says, your proposal generator system still available. I'm interested in it. Yeah, for sure, man. Just go somewhere on my Gumroad. It's right over here. I'm gonna go LeftClicker. Yeah, it's LeftClicker. For whatever freaking reason, I haven't changed my domain, so it's leftclicker.gumroad. So somewhere proposal. Oh, this one right here. AI automatic proposal generator flow. None of my templates cost any money, so you could get them for $0. So just head over to leftclicker.gumroad.com. Download all of them 100% for free. What's really interesting is that I put all this stuff up for free, right? But you would not believe how much I get in the way of donations. Because I say 0, like it's like Gumroad does 0+, so you can donate if you want to. So a lot of people put 0 and then they're like, oh, but I feel so bad. Nick's delivered so much fast. They give me like $5. So I think I made like $1,000 in donations the other month, which is like insane for me to think about. Darren Parker says, Nick, could you please show how you make your Instagram reels? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I know that you taught an automation But yours don't look automated. How do you get content ideas, script, film, etc.? Incredible growth in such a short time. Thank you. Yeah, we hit 100K in like 83 or 82 days or something. I feel like I answered this question though, right? So I have an automation that scrapes a bunch of related pages, and then we're also subscribed to a ton of newsletters. And a lot of these are like really technical newsletters. And these technical newsletters, like they post the technical stuff first, because it takes a while for like consultants and applied automation guys like me to kind of pick up on it. So I basically go straight to the source, just drink from the faucet of knowledge, and then And then I take that, and then we automatically generate like script templates for that. And then I have somebody that goes through and just makes some minor edits before giving me a big teleprompter. It's like a Google Sheet. I get all of those scripts together. I put them into one file. I upload them to a teleprompter, which is just a service that allows me to look right at the camera while still reading. It's kind of nifty. I've used it a lot, so you can't really tell my eyes are looking at that when I do my Instagram reels. And then, then I record the video, and I basically do all of them in one shot. It's like 15 minutes or so. Then I give them off to my editor. My editor has like a template that he puts stuff in, and he's a magic guy. He does a ton of great work there. So he has templates and whatnot. The videos themselves aren't automated, but everything else is like as automated as I think you could do while still retaining high quality. Yeah, for sure, man. 100%. So Ezra E8L basically just asks, can I learn 5-10 automations for one niche and then do it in that niche and then expand it? You certainly can. I actually recommend that you just like pick 3 niches though. What niche and automations would I recommend for you as you have no coding experience? You don't need coding experience. So I'm just getting a call here. Oh, no, I'm not. That's my alarm. You don't need coding experience for any of this stuff, man. If you're curious on what it looks like, check out my recently published video. I cover exactly your question. Like I don't know, I sourced some questions from the Daily Updates channel. So just head over here and then check the 100K AI expert answers your most common questions. We were just trying out a new format, but basically like one of the questions was, what niche should I pick? What automation should I sell? So I actually just give you a packaged version. Concept summary says, thanks. Hey, Nick, I've followed you for a couple weeks. Rails an issue when having conversations with people. I intrinsically know how AI can help businesses, but I'm unsure how to tell people how AI helps their business other than saving time and money. I'm curious to know, is this an issue with my level of understanding or an underlying bigger problem? Yeah, it's probably your ability to verbalize that. Your ability to verbalize that. It's what's lacking. So it's true that these systems save time and money, but you can't just tell that to somebody. You need to drill down and understand what their problem is first. And then you need to paraphrase that problem in your own words so that they are sure that you understand the problem. Then you need to expand on how exactly that problem is costing them time and money. And then after you're done talking about it and estimating how much time and energy it's costing them, then you say something like, all right, well, I have a system that I think could solve the vast majority of these concerns. I anticipate to deliver you this sort of ROI based off what I've seen with other clients. I just built this for insert really big name over here. And I want you to tell me if this is something like what you were thinking of what you were looking for. Okay. Then you run through like a brief little demonstration of what exactly the system is. You talk about areas that you can tweak and change for them. And so in that way, you are telling them that AI can save them time. You're not telling them that AI can save them time or money. You are showing them how AI will save them time or money, And you're not just like blasting it out. Everybody knows AI can help them. Okay. Automation, the definition is to reduce the cost of labor. Everybody knows that intuitively, but you are showing them how you can do it for their specific problem, which is really important. I feel like you changed your name. I'm Sreepy. Said you mentioned your most profitable system was your cold outreach system using it. So can you break down the system for us? How do you also do you and how set up mailboxes or just use the ones the client already has? Yeah, I'll break it down step by step. So first of all, there's sort of like a manual way and there's an automatic way. So manual is you go to apollo.com. And then you create a search URL on apollo.com. So maybe like, I don't know, creative agencies. You put in a bunch of info like, let me see if I'm logged in here. I have a creative agency search set up because I did this for a video. You go here to people and then you do a search. So I'm just searching for creative agencies, right? And then what you do is you copy this URL. You go to appify.com. What you want is there's a bunch of different scrapers, but just type in Apollo and there'll be a bunch. The one that is really popular that I helped popularize is this one here because it's $1.20 per 1,000 leads. And what you do is you paste the URL in this bar and then you pay $1.20 per 1,000, okay? So I've already run this a couple times. I think I ran this yesterday or the day before, right? Yeah, a couple days ago. So 500 leads. So then from here, you get output. Output includes first name, last name, country, and then a bunch of email addresses. See these? These are actual email addresses of people. We got these in 2 steps for like a couple bucks. What you do with this is you export it as a CSV. Let me just write all this stuff down. And you scrape. And I like using the code crafter one. You export this as a CSV. Then you feed into AI. When I say feed into AI, I mean you'll literally grab this exported CSV, okay? Then you'll pump it into like make.com or N8N. And then you'll go here. Let's message model. You'll say something like, you're a helpful, intelligent writing assistant. I don't know, it's just my default. I don't think that works as good as other ones. And you say your task is to create a personalized one-line icebreaker based on a bunch of profile information about the lead. About the lead I'm about to reach out to. You'll receive X, Y, Z data, okay? Just whatever data is in the spreadsheet that you want to customize based off of. Format your icebreaker as follows. And then I usually do like, I don't know, some JSON formatting, which is just really easy. And then I'll have like, hey, name, loved your ex, big fan of Y as well, figured I'd connect, okay? So you do this, and then you add another message, and then you just add all the data, you know, your data goes here, okay? Then you run it across your entire data set. So you use like a Google Sheet module or node or something like that, and it'll like iterate through it all. And then you do it for all of the lines, and then you take that and you upload it to instantly.ai or SmartLead or one of these services. That's kind of like the manual way. Okay. And I usually do all the copywriting, everything like that myself, because I'm just much better at that. The automatic ways, you have like a Google Drive watch folder. So there's like webhooks out there that allow you to watch to see if a file is uploaded to Google Drive. What you do is you set up an automation so that watches a Google Drive. When somebody uploads a sheet to a Google Drive, like the lead sheet that I just talked about, it'll automatically do all this stuff for you. So you don't actually have to run it. And then it'll automatically add it to instantly in the automatic campaign or the automatic sequence that you've already set up. And so in that way, all you or somebody else on the team does is if you're managing it all, you literally just go through and you can scrape the leads automatically using Appify as well. Like there's a webhook that does it all. But you know, the simplest way is you just tell somebody on the team, like, hey, you just drag and drop the leads into here. The leads just have to be formatted in the spreadsheet template. So once you have the spreadsheet template, add all the leads, pump them in, and then we'll manage everything completely autonomously for you behind the scenes. The benefit to this is you basically now have like 50 different lead sources that you could throw in there, right? Like, as opposed to you only having this one mechanism, what you could do is, you know, maybe they have some leads that they get through a conference or something. It's happened to me once. Maybe they have some leads that they got through Apollo, but maybe they also bought some leads using ZoomInfo. See, it's been so long since I've ever used an aggregator like ZoomInfo that I don't even. Maybe they have a bunch of leads through LinkedIn. Maybe they scrape their leads some other way. Or maybe they have a VA like manually assemble the leads, okay? The benefit with this is this drive kicks in right at this step here, and then it uploads to instantly and basically manages the whole campaign for them. And then I've also done some additional like lead nurturing things. I used to have all this stuff out of the box. I haven't sold one of these in quite a while, probably like 3 or 4 months, a couple months. But I used to have all this stuff out of the box where like I would have like 3 or 4 add-ons. There'd be like a lead nurturing add-on. There'd be like some other thing. The lead nurturing would be like an autoresponder. So if we get a response to one of the instantly emails and we get them between the hours of, I don't know, like 6 p.m. to like 7 a.m., we'd actually immediately respond and be like, hey, Peter, thanks so much for getting back to me. Sure, let me follow up with you in the morning. I'm just, you know, tucking my kids in right now or something like that. The importance there is you're still contacting the lead immediately. So you give them the perception that like you're attentive and they really like that. And then this buys you a little bit of time. And then somebody on the other end of the line, like somebody on their team or you, if you're managing it all themselves, which is usually what I recommend because I'm better at it, then you know, like the response rate goes up, essentially. JV Booth says, hey, Nick, how do you do the thumbnail with the AI photo? You talking about this one right here? Dude, that's a real photo. um, yeah, I'll show you. Check it out. I use this one called foul.ai. Let me log in here. I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, first things first, you have to train using this endpoint, Flux LoRa Portrait Trainer. What you do is you add like 50 images of yourself looking all sexy and stuff, okay? Once you have that, you're going to get a file like this. This is a trained model file, basically, with a bunch of parameters on you, and then you can run inference. So now I say, cool, handsome Nick Saraev standing by a sunset wearing a mega cool suit. Then you click run with the file that you uploaded here, which is like the custom weights, basically, that trains it on you. And then you get this. Now, does this look like me? No, not this one. Unfortunately, my training data was not very good. So what I have to do is usually generate a bunch of these before I get one that like actually kind of looks like me. So just doing some more. Now we're generating 4 at a time. Beep boop. Jeopardy music. Oof, man, do I look like an absolute jackass here. Look at this guy. This one's actually plausibly me, only because you can't see my eyes, you know? This just looks way too hardcore. I think the issue was I wrote the term handsome. So I'm just going to remove handsome. Handsome does things to your face, man. It's crazy. It like makes my jaw sharper and like removes the deep dark circles under my eyes that pop up when I look at you like this. Yeah, anyway, that one looks more like me because I didn't put handsome in there. So basically, you just generate a bunch of these in silly locations. And then, yeah, I pump them into Canva, just remove the background, and then voila, done. YR Nation says, I love your content. Not too sure if you remember me, but I feel quite lost and I want to work for you. You don't have to pay me much, but anything will work. I'm good at building voice agents and video editing. Would love to gain some experience to put in my portfolio. This makes sense, man. But I'd consider you to look at it from my perspective. Like I'm making a boatload of money right now, and I don't need more talent. So the only way that you would make this worth my while is if you basically did all the work for me. So you would identify a problem that I'm suffering from that is currently costing me some sort of money. Then you would solve the problem and you'd package the solution in such a way that maybe I just click one button and then it's done. And then instead of like forcing me to come up with a thing for you to do, and then forcing me to pay you stuff and, you know, having me listen to, you know, in all honesty, it sounds like you're lost, right? Like if you're trying to pitch somebody on your ability to work for them, would you say, hello, Mr. Blank, I'd like a job. I'm feeling very lost right now. Like probably not, right? So I just encourage you to try and put yourself in the shoes of somebody that, you know, like maybe runs a YouTube channel if we're the sort of people you want to reach out to, and then just try and understand the problems that they're suffering from. And then don't like put any work on their hands. Like, you know, don't make them come up with the problem or them come up with the solution or them come up with the management structure or whatever. Just do it all for them. And then put it in front of them and say, you know, I think I can make you all this money. All you would do is just like respond to me with X, Y, and Z. If you say yes, I'll get started immediately, and then you can pay me after it's all done. Like that's how you pitch, I would say. So you don't do this with me because I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm probably going to be good until $300,000 or $400,000 a month. And when I'm hiring again and I like need a position, I will absolutely let everybody here know, because you guys are the first people I'm sourcing, because you guys know everything about me and my business anyway. But you could take this approach and copy paste it and probably get some interest from other people. Nice AI agents picture, Dead Thunder 11. The first comment, the fastest one. Speed is the most important. Hell yeah. Kyle Feth says, I'm a dropshipper that like to automate a lot of processes, mostly product research, writing the content for it instead of manually doing them solo, putting in the hours and like to free up more time so I can focus on scaling. Hell yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, that's sweet. Product research? Yeah. I'm sure you could automate product research pretty well now with GPT web search or Perplexity. So maybe start there. I know it's not a question. Maybe you were just pointing it out, but I would give it a go. Priotash says, most down-earth creator ever. Thank you. I appreciate that, my man. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'll hey, what's going on, Fahim? Good seeing you, bro. Fahim was in Make Money with Meg, is one of the first people in there. Bilal says, more genuine guy, the only person I watch. Thank you, always reply, but you're going fast. I feel sad. You won't be able to reply as fast due to the growth. LOL. Yeah, I won't. I mean, dude, I received like 30 comments on one of my videos yesterday. Silly question, but how does one start to even think like an automation developer? Learning automations or learning more business processes? The way you think about your automations or you're making up. I can never come up with those ideas on the spot. Thank you. Listen, never say never. You know, it's just, I've been in agencies for about 10 years now. So like I basically got my start in business in agencies. I like got out of school and I was like, I'm gonna start a marketing agency. And I've sent hundreds of proposals. I've talked to thousands of people. I've basically seen the same business model just like pitched 1,000 different ways. So when you see something 1,000 different times, obviously you start to pick up on the trends, right? So don't think that you can never do it. You definitely can. How would you think like an automation developer? My recommendation for you would be straightest line path is don't think like an automation developer, just think like a business person in general. This is probably the most influential book that I've cited 1,000,001 times. I know some people here have read it. If you have read it, drop down in the comments below how much you liked reading it, what sort of changes it inspired in you, because I want more people to read it. I'm not pitching or shilling this book. I have absolutely no affiliation with this guy whatsoever, but the way that it's written and the idea behind it is just incredible. And it's inspired like a whole generation of business process automation people like myself. So check that book out. And then after that, just understand that every business is like a pipeline, honestly, 100% pipeline. And whether it's a manufacturing business or it's an e-commerce business or it's like an agency or it's like a coaching consulting business, excuse me, there is an intro into this pipeline. Okay. We're not doing the phallic pipelines anymore. Maybe a little. Okay, no, I'm not. There's an intro into this pipeline. So there's usually like a customer. Okay. And you'll pay some money to get the customer. Then you'll have your business, which will add value to the thing that the customer wants. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's info, like knowledge, like what I'm doing. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a product. And then at the end of it, you will get a higher quality thing. And you can charge more money for that. Okay, so there's some multiple on the value of the raw good and then the thing that you get outside of it, okay? This is what all businesses look like, okay? This over here is basically like the fulfillment process. If you get people back in, this is like your retention process, okay? And then this over here is your lead gen and sales process. So if you just think of all businesses like this, well, that just gives you 3 or 4 places that you can optimize pretty easily right off the bat, right? Lead gen, sales, fulfillment, and retention. These are like big levers that you could pull. Thank you very much, Fahim. And Peter Kristev says, can you speak Bulgarian and what are your Bulgarian roots? Not very good. I am Bulgarian for sure. But my Bulgarian is not very strahotno these days, unfortunately. Unfortunately, my Bulgarian is not very good. My family immigrated here right around the fall of communism. So I was born in Canada, and then I went back to Bulgaria immediately after when I was like 1 or something like that. And then I lived there for, I think, the better part of a year. So my first word was actually in Bulgarian. So I can actually confidently say that English is a second language, which is very funny. Cracks me up all the time. And like on Upwork, I was like, should I put native English? I don't know. But obviously I did because it's a massive advantage. So my first word in Bulgarian was kashkaval, which roughly translated as like a type of cheese. So I said kakaval, kakaval over and over and over again. Kakaval and then juice immediately after, aside from like mami, tati. But yeah, my Bulgarian's pretty trash, not gonna lie. Probably speak like a 6-year-old. No, probably like a 4-year-old. Yeah, my understanding of like glagolity, like verb conjugations and stuff like that, pretty bad. And Bulgarian is just like, you know, a little bit older of a language anyway. It's a little bit less like efficient, I would say. Not crapping all over my roots or my my ancestry, but you know, like, you know, because so many people speak in English, we've tended to optimize and cut various phrases, chop up various phrases in ways that are a little bit more time efficient, and there are also more words that represent concepts than in Bulgarian. So a lot of the time in like Bulgarian, you have to like do roundabout ways to say something that otherwise in English would be very simple, specifically like economic, financial, and like business and technological terms, right? So we use a lot of consultancy, I believe they're called, which are like English loanwords. My father comes from southern Bulgaria, right on the Greek coast. So his father lived in a small town called Komotini. And then we have some roots in Thessaloniki as well. And then my mother comes from the Dobrija region. So, you know, like Dobrich, Varna, and so on and so forth. And then Taco Taylor said, bro's putting in 30 hours a day giving us content. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, let us do some brand stats. I do be working. But keep in mind that when you find something that works, as is everything I always talk about, you just got to double down on that, right? Like, this is working really well for me, so I obviously double down on it. So do I work a lot? Yeah, but it's working extraordinarily well right now, so I'm just going to keep doing it. You know what? I just realized it's Easter. Should have wished everybody a happy Easter at the beginning of the video. Okay, so main channel, 75, 891. Gone up 400. Growth has slowed, unfortunately. Instagram stats. I don't know why it's under maintenance again, man. That's annoying. I unfortunately have to wait for my Instagram to load. Hey, I just unlocked a new gem on Opal. Check this out. How cool is that? I don't know if you guys could see this, but apparently I've unlocked the Easter gem. I have let go of distractions and focused on what truly matters. Okay, now that I've turned that off, we're at 103,000 something. And they're offering to monetize my Instagram now. That's cool. 103,474. 474. And then my daily updates channel is now, I think it bumped up because I talked about it in my main channel. 3617. I lied, not that much. Cool. So yeah, some good growth here. Some good growth. Maybe we should start logging Maker School stuff as well. So we hit 2,000 members, right? So things are through the roof. Being the highest ROI part of my day, I'm focusing a lot of my time on it. We're just under 140K MRR. And then if I go to the school games leaderboard, oh, sorry, I realize I'm not showing you guys my screen. My bad. If I go to the school games leaderboard and then I go to all time, my MRR is here. So check it out. Every other business here on this entire page is a sea of red. One lost 25, one gained only 1,000, one gained 500, 700, 2,500, 1,300, whatever. Then there's me. I gained a $24,418 in MRR in the last 7 days. So just in terms of the upward velocity, I am crazy. I don't know. I mean, I might take 4X for women VIP members, but like the money category in school is the biggest category, and I'm fourth on it. All-time revenue. So honestly, if I just like don't grow at all from here on out, if I just stayed right here, I think I'd eventually beat this guy. He's cool as hell, Katron, but like, you know, he's also lost 25K in the last 7 days. So I mean, how many, that's like 3 weeks until it's me, until it breaches me. This person here, I mean, how long is that? Like another month or two, assuming that it doesn't drop it any faster. And I will say that like my community has consistently rode really high. The way that everybody else in school does it, basically, to make a long story short, is everybody else in school does this. Actually, I could just make these lines perfectly straight now. I learned how to do that. Everybody else basically does this. Their revenue goes whoop, foo, like that. You know, this person goes, whoop, This dude goes, whoop, whoop, right? Check this out. This is mine. We're going rainbow mode. I've basically been like this every month, just consistently. So not to toot my own horn here, but like, yeah, the school games is going on right now. Nate Herc was just telling me he was at one. And I'm just thinking like, thank you, Kareem, for paying. I'm just thinking, man, like, kind of wish I took these school games more seriously. Like me and Mr. Hormozy probably would have been brothers by this point. Got to show me how to get juicy arms like him. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, huh? Pretty stoked on that. What did I just do in Maker School? I just dropped a new guide, how to write killer AI proposals, which I think we've all looked at. Covered a ton of exclusive content. It's basically me just like workshopping how to do it. Also, I learned that Loom has a feature that allows you to go full screen now, or almost full screen. So you guys could actually just use the full screen Loom feature to like add more value to the presentations. For this, you need to download the app though. But basically you could start your video with like a full screen. Hey, what's going on? Wanted to show you something really quick, and then, you know, make it smaller and minimize it. That'll make you stand out relative to a lot of the other Looms. So give that a try. And yeah, what exactly do I have to do next? Well, I'm gonna record 2 YouTube videos today. That's my biggest. It's unfortunately gonna be pretty intense. Because we're now doing 1 video a day, which is fun, but I need to build up like a big queue. Really, really big queue. If I am to weather the next few weeks, I have a lot of situations over the next few weeks in which I will not be home. I will not have like a consistent recording setup, and I don't know if I'll necessarily be able to continue publishing a video a day. And I just want to like insulate myself against, you know, me just falling off the wagon. I say falling off the wagon here, guys, because if you go to the analytics on both of my channels now, this is my main channel, which is posted consistently for something like 25 days, 24 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 23 days or something like that. Ever since I started, notice how like my view count has just skyrocketed. It went from 10,000 to almost 30,000 a day consistently, right? There's always an initial bump when you don't post for a while and you post again. So if you just, kind of flatten this line, basically, we've been on the up and up ever since. Then my subscriber count has just ballooned, right? So I went from an average of 300 a day back here to an average of like 500 or so. And if you look at it over 30 days, right, 500 times 30 is about 15,000. So, I mean, if I just last another month and a half here, I'll hit my 100K goal. And then if you look at like the ad revenue, unfortunately, I got freaking, so annoying, man. I got flagged by YouTube for invalid traffic or whatever again. So I think, how there are a lot of bots on my channel now that say stuff like, you need to make sure to check the hidden codex of wealth by this guy, or you need to do this super really cool, you need to check out this book because it made me all this money. That tends to happen when you get bigger. So I think whatever bot farm that is posting on this has triggered some YouTube BS that is now saying, oh, Nick is probably trying to game the algo and make money off ad revenue or something like that by shoving a bunch of invalid traffic in there. So my ad revenue is probably going to plummet pretty fast. Last time I did this, I went from making $30 a day down to $8 a day. So they killed me by 67%, something like that. So if this is any indication, I'm going to go back down to making like $100 a day or whatever. I mean, I can't bitch about it too much, but yeah, to go from like basically my ad, like to be honest, my ads are currently paying for my entire life, which is great. I'm not even getting into anything but my ads, right? They're literally paying for like all my living expenses. They pay for my travel. It's quite incredible to be able to like finance a lifestyle based stuff, the revenue from advertising alone. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that. But to have that like taken away from you because of something completely out of your control, that part kind of sucks. Is what it is. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Yeah, so anyway, that's that, guys. I am going to record 2 YouTube videos today. I'm just going to shower, then I have to jump on a quick call here, and then after I'm done with that, I will, I'm gonna see if I can record those videos. I have to find a time to eat at some point. I've really been neglecting eating. I'll just wake up and work until like 3 or 4, and then I'll be like, oh, I probably should eat some calories today. So I'm going to find some time to do that too. Really appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout all of this. It's been fun. And thanks for weathering the first few minutes of me really tired after a run. We are going for that 25-minute 5K. We're just under it right now. Well, just over it right now. So cross your fingers for me. I'm going to do another run in a few days. Cheers.